Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you heard voices that nobody else could hear? Or if you genuinely believed that someone was controlling your thoughts, even though everyone around you insisted it wasn't true? Would that make you crazy? Or could it be the symptoms of one of the world's most misunderstood mental disorders? Today, we're exploring schizophrenia, separating scientific fact from popular myths. Welcome to Life TFA, where we explore psychological issues that shape our lives and deepen our understanding of human behavior. I am Amit. Schizophrenia is one of the most misunderstood mental health conditions. Many people mistakenly believe it means having a split personality. In reality, schizophrenia has nothing to do with multiple personalities. Instead, it is a serious mental disorder that affects how a person thinks, perceives reality, experiences emotions, and interacts with the world. People with schizophrenia may experience a range of symptoms. Some hear voices that others cannot hear. Others may develop strong beliefs that are not supported by evidence, such as thinking they are being followed, watched, or that someone can read or control their thoughts. Some individuals may also become socially withdrawn, show reduced emotional expression, or lose motivation for everyday activities. However, schizophrenia affects people differently, and no two individuals experience it in exactly the same way. Although schizophrenia receives considerable attention, it is relatively uncommon. According to the World Health Organization, around 24 million people worldwide live with schizophrenia. Research suggests that approximately 1 in every 100 people will develop schizophrenia at some point during their lifetime. The condition affects both men and women. However, symptoms often appear slightly earlier in men, usually during the late teenage years or early 20s. In women, the onset is more commonly seen in the mid to late 20s or early 30s. These are general patterns rather than fixed rules, and there can be considerable variation between individuals. Now let's explore something fascinating. Is schizophrenia the same across every culture? The answer is both yes and no. Schizophrenia exists in virtually every country and culture that has been studied. However, the way people experience and interpret its symptoms can differ significantly depending on cultural background. For example, researchers found that in many Western countries, people who hear voices often describe them as threatening, critical, or hostile. In contrast, studies conducted in some parts of Asia and Africa have reported that some individuals describe these voices as belonging to ancestors, spiritual figures, or even supportive family members. This does not necessarily mean the illness itself is different. Rather, culture influences how people interpret and make sense of their experiences. Culture also affects how society responds to schizophrenia. In some communities, unusual experiences may be interpreted as spiritual or religious events instead of symptoms of a mental disorder. In others, they may lead to fear, misunderstanding, or social exclusion. These cultural beliefs influence whether people seek medical help, turn to religious leaders, or rely on family support. Interestingly, some international research has suggested that individuals with schizophrenia living in societies with stronger family and community support may experience better long-term outcomes than those living in more individualistic societies. However, researchers continue to debate the reasons for these differences. Factors such as healthcare access, stigma, economic conditions, and diagnostic practices may all contribute. This highlights an important point in psychology. Mental disorders cannot always be understood without considering culture. What is viewed as unusual in one society may be interpreted very differently in another. That is why psychologists emphasize the importance of cultural awareness when assessing and understanding mental health conditions. Another issue that deserves attention is stigma. Many people assume that everyone with schizophrenia is dangerous or violent. Scientific evidence does not support this stereotype. The vast majority of people living with schizophrenia are not violent. In fact, they are far more likely to experience discrimination, social isolation, unemployment, and difficulties accessing appropriate care than to pose a danger to others. Learning the facts about schizophrenia helps us replace fear with understanding and prejudice with compassion. Mental illness should never define a person's worth, potential, or identity. Today, we've explored what schizophrenia is, how common it is, and how cultural factors influence the way it is experienced and understood. In our next video, we'll examine the scientific explanations for schizophrenia and the treatments currently used to help people manage the condition. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Life TFA, and share it with anyone who wants to understand mental health through science rather than myths. Leave a comment below and let me know which psychological topic you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for watching. I'm Amit, and I'll see you again on Life TFA.